Hari Om. Dirghashman Bhava. Sarve Janah Sukhino Bhavantu. So I am continuing my Bible versus Bhagavad Gita in English, part number 5, especially addressed to those two teachers, high school teachers who were trying to convert, proselytize two young girl students, and also addressed to certain TamilNadu Christian pastors. Okay, now let us see in Bible. This verse is a very famous verse of St. Luke, chapter 14 and verse number 26. If you want, I can read out the verse exactly as it is from the Bible, which I am having in my hand. And this is 26. If any man comes to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brothers and sisters, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. So in order, and on 23, and on 33, finally he says, so likewise, whosoever he be of you that forsakes not all that he has, he cannot be my disciple. So this is all marked in red color. Red means Jesus speaks, as if that's what St. Luke says. In Bible, when they mark in red the four canonical Gospels, it means Jesus speaks. It's not the commentary of St. Luke or Mark, it's the words of Jesus. So here, I'm sorry to tell that I don't accept any guru who says hate your father, hate your mother, as I have already previously told, hate your wealth, and finally hate yourself also, hate your wife, hate your children, hate everybody. Then only you can be my disciple. I don't want such a guru. I'm very clear on that. And that is not perfectly correct as far as I am concerned, because if I have to worship my Acharya Devo Bhava as a God, that means that Acharya has to be totally of love, asking us to love everybody. And let us see how Bhagavad Gita deals with it. That's what I am interested. Bhagavan very clearly says in chapter 9 verse, Vibhagam 9, chapter 9 verse number 29, 26 I think, yes. Patram pushpam phalam thoyam bhaktya yo me prayachati tatu bhaktim aham upahritum ashnami prayata atmanaha. Very clear, Bhagavan. Patram pushpam phalam thoyam. You give me a patram, ordinary leaf, maybe a tulasi leaf, but he says only patram and pushpam, and one flower is enough. Or one fruit, phalam, or some water, jalam, drops, jalam, toyam, bhaktya, but you have to have that bhakti, devotion in me. Bhaktya yo yaha, me, to me, prayachati, gives, tatu bhaktim, that bhaktim, aham, I, upahritam means that offering. Ashnami, I am accepting that offering. Prayata atmanaha. The one who gives that prayatna, one who does the efforts to, one who does the work. That Atma who does the work. What is that work? With bhakti, he offers me upahritam, that offering. Ashnami, I am accepting what? Just a pushpam, a flower, or a phalam, a fruit, or a patram. Patram means leaf, a small leaf, that's all. Or some jalam, jalam also, a drop of water. But bhaktya, with devotion, that bhaktim, he is saying, bhaktim, aham ashnami, I will accept it. Bhagavan does not say, you hate your father, hate your mother, hate your brother, then only you have to come to me. Without that, I will not accept you. No, Bhagavan does not say. You have to love everybody. That's what Hindu philosophy also says. Matru devo bhava, when I say pitru devo bhava, worship your mother as a deva. It's not God, but as a supernatural being. I know my mother has not created the universe. Even if I say in other languages, Devam as a God, I know my mother is not a God, but it's in hyperbola. It's an extreme form of respect given to my mother or father or acharya or atiti, the guests. Here I do not want such an acharya who says hate everybody, hate your father, hate your mother, hate your brother, hate your sisters, hate your wife, hate your children, hate yourself. I don't think Jesus would have said that. Luke in chapter 14 writes as if Jesus tells for greater acceptance. No prophet tells anybody to hate. I was discussing this with some in Europe with a white man, a priest, and an English priest he was, and also supporting him were two Tamilian Indians. They were all Christians, converted Christians, who were supporting, and they are saying, who can you tell me one person in the world who has died and come back to life? I was laughing. Died and coming back to life is not something miracle, because our yogis and siddhas, they go into samadhi and come back to life. There are several instances even in Mahabharata where people say, Bhagavan also says in previous birth, I am born like this, I have known all my birth. That means you would have gone from one body to other. Now I ask the one simple question: if you consider your prophet Jesus as a God, how can a God die? A God cannot die even for a second. That means it defeats the logic. What is logic? God is eternal. He cannot die. He is all pervading. He is omnipotent. He is all powerful. He is the creator. He is total bliss. But when you go into the definition, he is impartial. Prophets can be dying. In avatars, incarnations can die. Yes, Bhagavan Krishna Paramatma was an incarnation of Mahavishnu. So he left his mortal body. Sri Rama was an incarnation. Dattatreya were incarnations. They can leave their mortal body. They come for a short time. They leave the mortal body and go. But God, if you say God is a finality. Infinite is a finality. Now, if you say God dies and comes back to life and nobody has performed such a miracle, well, that is only what? Exaggeration. Shapiro says, I read a book called Miracle of Myths of Shapiro. I think he's a Jew teaching in University of Wisconsin. He wrote a beautiful book in 2016, Miracle of Myths. Columbia University Press had published it. And in that he says, it's only an apparition Mary Magdalene had of Jesus Christ, as if a visibility. A God doesn't die. There is no proof, physical proof, as far as Jesus' existence or his coming back to life. That's what he writes in his book. And most of the Western authors, scientists, and archaeologists have not found sufficient proof to say that a person called Jesus, this focused person, we say that of this body had existed. They say there is no archaeological proof, but I am not going into that. It could be an apparition. If Jesus, I told that those preachers, it's only an apparition as far as Shapiro is concerned, and a God cannot die. And secondly, my father, when my father's elder brother, my uncle, died, the next day, around the morning times, he saw his full figure coming before him in the morning and telling him, please take care of my children. He saw his full, and he told us, and he told me, and he told my mother, when we were all there, when my uncle died some long time back. See, these apparitions occur, I have seen, I have heard, in many families they occur, the dead coming in a form to them. These are called apparitions. So it could be an apparition, it's only a vision to Mary Magdalene says. I don't say, Shapiro says, refer his book, Miracle of Myths, 2016 publication, Columbia University Press. I think he's from University of Wisconsin. Now, these are all there. So, what I am telling you, let us not say that Bible is supreme and don't read Bhagavad Gita. That is wrong. See, pushpam parnam pushpam phalam thoyam bhaktya. Our God here, Bhagavan Krishna wants only bhakti, a devotion. He doesn't ask you to hate anybody. Then in chapter 12, if you go, verse number 13 and 14, Bhagavan says very clearly, 13 and 14, Advaishta sarvabhutanam. Advaishta sarvabhutanam. He says, that is, Advaishta is Dvaishtam, Dvaisham, Advaishta, sarvabhutanam. Maitraha Karuna. So you should have friendship and Karuna with sarvabhutanam. Of all the bhutas, krite, with them, what you should have? Advaishta, no dvesham, no envy, no jealousy. Sarvam bhutanam maitraha karuna. You should have friendship, maitraha, karuna, mercy. Evacha. Then nirmama. It is nirmama. Nirmama. Mama is Shashti Vibhakti. Aham avam vayam, mama avam no asman maya avabhyam asmabhihi, magyam me avabhyam no asmabhihi. Like that we have a conjugation. So mama, my, mama or may also can be there. Ekavachanam, purushali, mama or may. there is no linga beda. So mama or me. So mine, nirmama, opposite. You should not have possessiveness. Nirmama, nir ahankaraha, no egoism. Ahankaram is a very common Indian word. Nir ahankaraha and nir mama, no possessiveness, no possession. That is mine, this is my house, this is mine, that is mine. No. You have to believe me. No. Nirmama, nir ahankaraha, he says. And then he says, Bhagavan says, samam. What is samam? Dukkha and sukha. Dukkha and sukha have same. Don't worry, bhai. Nothing to worry. Life is very short. You are going to be born again. There is no doubt. Matter cannot be created or destroyed. You see my earlier YouTube verses. Matter cannot be created or destroyed. Impossible, because that is a law of Einstein physics. If it is there, if matter can be created, then finished. There cannot be a world now. It can only change its form. It has been created in the very first 3 seconds, Big Bang. Then it changes its form. So, sama, dukkha and sukha have that sama. Kshami, have patience, have tolerance, tolerate everything. Don't be tit for tat. Don't say eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, as they say in Bible or in Quran. No. You should not. It's ahimsa, Bhagavan says in chapter 16, 1, 2, 3 verses. You can refer. I've already quoted that. Kshami. Then santushtaha. Satatam. Always santushtaha satatam. Yogi yat atma drida nischayah. Santushta. Then what will happen? Then we'll see the Anvaya later on. Satatam, always santushtaha, that yogi, that atma, what drida nischaya, it is firm. Drida means firm, nischaya means certain. That is a verbatim meaning. Drida nischaya, what? Mayi, in me, arpita, offering. One who gives, arpanam, one who does the arpanam. Mayi, arpita, manaha, buddhihi, yaha, who? Manaha and buddhi, one who gives the arpanam to me, his mind and his buddhi also. That's all Bhagavan wants, not to hate anybody. Arpita manaha buddhihi yaha matu bhaktaha sa me priyaha. That fellow is priya to me. Yaha, one who gives the offering of his mind, who always dwells in me. That's all he wants. Not to hate anybody. It dwells, and his buddhi also, his intellect also. Arpita, mayi, in me. Mayi means aham avam vayam mama. That's saptami. Mayi avabhyam, mahyame avabhyam, mama avayoho asmakam, mayi avayoho asmashu. Saptami vibhakti ekavachanam. In me, on me, amongst. Like that it will come. Singular. So, mayi, in me, arpita, offer what? Manaha and his buddhi, yaha, one. Yaha, yo means yaha, one who offers all his mind and bhakti and puts it in me. Sa me, that is again mine, priyaha, he is my beloved. He is my beloved. That's what Bhagavan wants, only bhakti. Bhagavan says, adveshta. Don't show envy on anybody. What more do you want, sir? Where in Bible it says don't show? Okay, Jesus has tried love yourself as love thy neighbors as you love thyself. That is okay. But when the hatred on yourself is being also asked to be his disciple, then you'll automatically hate yourself. Then you automatically will hate your neighbors. See, there are certain good clauses, but the advices, the Upadesha found in Bhagavad Gita is universal set, within which there are some good points of Bible or somewhere from other texts or Abrahamic texts, here and there, there are. I'm not saying they contain all of they are bad. No, they are also good, applicable for people in those times, whether in Arabia or whether in Jerusalem. It was applicable, it was required. But if you start comparing Bible with Bhagavad Gita, it is impossible, because Bhagavad Gita and Hindu philosophy is so supreme, because they give practical what Dale Carnegie says. Dale Carnegie says, okay, don't backbite anybody, don't talk ill of anybody. If you read his book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, How to Stop Worrying, and I have read all the series, 6 books. He would only say, but Bhagavan says, in Vibhagam 16, chapter 16, if you see 1, 2, 3, Apaishunam, don't backbite anybody. Bhagavan says very clearly, Arjavam, Mardavam, all modesty, Hririr, humility. Be like, everybody they have copied from Bhagavad Gita only. All Dale Carnegie, all most of the philosophy professors or management, because I did management in USA, I know. There will not be any book without Bhagavad Gita in any American or any European universities nicely translated, and also Uddhava Gita, also Ashtavakkara Gita, also Tripura Ragasya, our Upanishads, everything will find a place. But here you need not require a Bible or a Quran for it, because they are all CRPC, CPC codes. Everybody know what to do, what not to do. Don't steal. Everybody know. Don't kill. Don't commit adultery, or don't tell lies. No, that's all CRPC, CPC codes. But these type, Advaishta, don't show envy on others. Maitra, you should have friendship. You should have karuna. Bhagavan says, have mercy. Have mercy. Bhagavan also says, go to chapter 7, verse 21. Yo yam yam, he says. Yo yam yam. That is, see, yo is again, yaha. It's what is known as the Purushalinga. Yaha. And ya is Strilinga. So Bhagavan uses both. Yo, yam, tanum. Tanum means in any form. Bhagavan says, yo, yam. Yaha yo ye, yam yo yan. So yaha only will come because of conjoinment. It goes as yo. Yam is also second vibhakti. Ya ye yaha, yam ye yaha, ya yabhyam, yabihi, yasya yabhyam. Like that it will go. So yam is second vibhakti, female, Strilinga. Yaha is Purushalinga. So yo becomes yo. It becomes yo because of conjoinment. Next words comes there. Otherwise it will be yaha. So Bhagavan very clearly says, yo yam tanum bhaktaha shraddhaya architum icchati tasya achalam shraddha. It is vidadati, aham vidadati. What Bhagavan says, those, that is yo and yam, it's beautifully combined for both males and females. They have used that. Tanu means form. See, we all worship different forms in our life, right? Bhagavan we worship in as Lord Shiva, as Lord Vishnu, or Indra, or Kartikeya. We worship in different forms. You can worship in any forms. He's a very liberal Bhagavan, he says. That Shraddhaya, Mama Bhaktaha, my devotees, you can worship me, Bhagavan says. Bhagavan does not say hate everybody and you have to only see me. No. Bhagavan says here, whatever worship, that male form or female form, that Tanum, that form, the Rupam, Bhaktaha, the devotees, Shraddhaya Architum Ichyasi. Shraddhaya Bhaktya means what he says with concentration. Shraddhaya Archana means Architum. In temples we do Archana, means worship. Architum Ichyati. Ichyati means desires. They prefer, they wish. Ichchami, aham ichchami, we say, no? Tvam ichyasi, saha ichyati. So ichyati tasya achalam shraddha. So what he says, tasya of those achalam, unwavering shraddha, chalam means wavering. If you put, it is called hajadi pratyaya. You put before dharma, adharma, like that, opposite meaning it gives. So achalam shraddha, he says that vidadhami aham, I bestow upon them my guidance. They are permitted to worship various forms also. Bhagavan gives the permission. And I am the spirit behind everything. So I am bestowing the guidance to you to worship the preferred forms of yours. If you are going to worship those Shraddhaya Archita, because what he wants is the main background idea of a human being. Suppose a human being worships Lord Rama or Kartikeya. He is only thinking of the Paramatma and worshipping something very, very superior. With bhakti, with shraddha, with dhyana, with concentration is worshipping. Is it not? So the tasya of those achalam shraddha. The unwavering concentration, Shraddha. Unwavering Shraddha here is concentration, the motive, the intention, the concentration, the power to love that, everything comes there. That Shraddha was what Bhagavan says. That Shraddha, vidadati, I will give that, I will bestow. Dadati, vidadati. The dhati, vidadati. I am bestowing, not only giving. I am bestowing, I am compelled to bestow. Bhagavan will say, vidadati aham. I will give. I am giving. What he is giving? He is giving that Shraddha, the guidance. So he is also saying, not hate everybody and only you have to come to me. No. You also are permitted in this verse 7:21, chapter 7, verse 21. You are also yo yam tanum bhakta hai. That's bhakta hai. Yo yam tanum form bhakta hai. They are the thing. Shraddhaya architum icchati. Shraddhaya architum, to worship. Architum icchati, desiring. He is guiding. Vidadhati aham. Then he is looking for that achalam Shraddha. So when Bhagavan says, when Bhagavad Gita says all those things, this is all encompassing universal teaching, applicable even to modern times, modern management, modern human relations. It's not only a CRPC and a CPC code, criminal procedure code or civil procedure code. No. It is a Upadesha. It is even Dale Carnegie would combine this. Management philosophers would combine this. Beautiful words like Apaishunam, Ahimsa, Mardavam, Hririr. You see all Adroha, Akrotaha, which Quranic or which by Abrahamic text says about Akrotaha, without anger. Without anger only you have to function today. That is modern management, philosophical science. They profess very strongly, don't get angry, always smile, don't get angry. If you get angry, everything is destroyed. No reasoning power is evolved in you. You cannot reason out. You are destroyed. That's all. Bhagavan says, don't do droha, don't cheat anybody. See chapter 16, verses 1 to 3 I discussed. Where you get all these verses, these Upadesha ideas, this advisory also. Don't do that, don't steal and all, it is there. Satyana pramadidhavyam, dharmana pramadidhavyam, all those things are there. But in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan gives the modern day applications also. It is a text which will be applicable right from the days of yore, from 10,000 years back, even today it is applicable. Whereas if you ask somebody to stone to death an adulteress because she has committed adultery, no law would accept, because no civil laws would accept. No, cut the hands if they steal, cut their legs if they steal, or like that. An eye for an eye. Which law, even the Christian law or Abrahamic law, where most of the countries would not accept these laws, these strict laws. Sorry, it's not practical. They will try for people who have committed offense like stealing, adultery, cheating and all. There are procedural courts and they will be jailed for 5 years, 3 years, whatever it is, as per the law. But their eyes will not be plucked out, their hands will not be cut, they will not be stoned to death. Whereas Bhagavad Gita, whatever Bhagavad Gita says is applicable. Don't get angry, don't backbite others, don't steal, have ahimsa, non-violence. So how can you say don't read Bhagavad Gita, read Bible? Huh? Are you coming to us for an argument? It may not look palatable. It is unacceptable, my dear two teachers and certain pastors. I would like you all to come for an argument, a gentle argument. We shall argue out. Everything we will bring it out and then you can decide yourself. Until such time, Bhuyat Tavat Shubhamangalam. Thank you.